Welcome to the SmileLine Podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to give real information from doctors and patients about our SmileLine Prosthetic and the sequence of appointments. For more information, check out our website or give our office a call. Hope you enjoy today's episode. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of our SmileLine Podcast. Today I'm with our patient, Sharon. Sharon, how you doing today?
Pretty good. It's good to be with you again.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, you have had... When did we deliver your finals?
It was about a week ago.
Okay, so you've been in your finals for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, because we've had patients on here before. Some of them have had their finals for 90 days. Some of them we just delivered, but you're in the ballpark of you've had them for 1 week, had them 1 week trial.
Right, and they're doing good.
Oh, good. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to start the conversation. We're going to back it way up all the way to your consult. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you came to us with an upper denture and a lower partial and an upper tooth that was trying to poke out, right?
That is correct. My previous dentist gave me the upper denture knowing that I had a tooth that hadn't come in yet up top. And, my partial on the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
that never fit, unfortunately.
Never fit. I know those partials are tough.
Right.
But yeah, that darned old canine, it just kind of reared its ugly head after you had a denture and started causing a lot of pain.
Well, it wasn't so much as the pain as that it caused my denture to sit, I'll say, cattywampus. Mm-hmm. I was having to use a lot of adhesive to hold that from the get-go to hold that top denture in. Which I've talked to people since then, and they said that they've never used adhesive. Well, I had to use adhesive the whole entire time that I had that top denture. Yeah, and some people, it comes down to your anatomy. A lot of times, of course, there's things on the dental side you can do, but a lot of times the patient's anatomy dictates whether that denture really has good suction to the roof of their mouth or doesn't. But when you came to us, like you were struggling to eat, right? And you just wanted to eat better. Yes, I wanted to eat better. And my denture up top, when I chose the color, they just gave me a sheet of samples to look at. And of course, everybody wants a brighter smile. So I chose one. Well, after I got it and was wearing it, it was really too bright for my skin tone. And they really hadn't offered me any assistance with it, so I wasn't happy with it at all.
Yeah, and they probably wanted you to pay for a new one if you wanted a different color.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And some of that's on me also.
Well, I mean, it is hard to just know exactly what your color's going to be. What I do love about our SmileLine process is we get you in temps where, for one, you wear them and we can look at the tooth position to make sure the tooth position is correct, but also like you get approved the look and the color before we make your final, and that's where patients have full control and they can be like, man, these are either way too white for me or way too dark after you've been in them for a week, and then we can go ahead and make that change, let them preview the next one before we go to final.
Yeah, but also I found too that Dr. Sam is really into making sure that the patient is happy, because when I told him that I was unhappy with the color of my top denture, I said I wanted something more natural. He told me, well, these are basically the couple of shades that are more natural for people to wear. And he said, we could try that. Yeah. And that's something my previous dentist didn't even bring up, about a more natural looking color for my teeth.
Yeah, and that's what we try to give you. We see a lot of cases, of course, so we try to give you our opinion.
Right.
As needed, of course. So then you agreed to surgery, came in, and we did an upper and lower same day, right? Implants on the upper,
we did.
Implants on the lower. Yeah. How was that surgery day for you?
It was long.
Yeah.
It wasn't, can I step back for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you gave me the consultation and I spoke to Dr. Sam had suggested that I just go with the lower prosthetic and just keep my upper denture from my previous dentist. And so you told me after the consultation, you said, well, I'll give you a call in about a week. and to see what you're thinking about going ahead with the procedure. And I said, no, you better give me a couple weeks. I said, this is going to take some thinking. And so I did. I took a couple of weeks, and I finally came to the decision. It was a lot of one day I was yes, one day I was no. But I finally made the decision, and I went against Dr. Sam. Instead of just going with the lower, I went with both. And I'm so happy I did.
Oh,
and yes, that was taken care of in one day.
Yep.
And it was a long day.
It was. It is a long day. And I do remember now you had the impacted canine on the upper. To take it out, we were going to remove some bone. And Dr. Sam was pretty much telling me, like, hey, like, I can do it. The alternative is we do the denture, we take that tooth out, and then we reevaluate in 6 months after healing.
Right.
But when we got in there, it went as good as expected.
Yeah, Dr. Maddie put in my bottom.
Implants,
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then Dr. Sam came in and he pulled that upper tooth out because he wanted to make sure that there was going to be enough bone there to put that implant in. So yeah, they double teamed me. So.
Yep, absolutely, yeah, and that happens. You know, some patients, you know, we're trying to get Dr. Maddie up to speed, and she's been doing a lot of cases. And Dr. Sam kind of handpicks those, and when they're set up for her, she comes in and does one arch, and then he'll come in and do the other arch.
And she did a fine job.
Yeah. Yeah. So surgery, long day.
Yeah, and it was a long day, but you get a couple of breaks, you know, between them doing things with the temporary. So, but it was worth it.
Yeah, I always tell patients, like, hey, it's one day, but it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to sugarcoat it. It's not going to come in and you're going to be, you know, a couple hours out of here. You're going to be here all day. You got to get through that one day. Then it's downhill and trying in teeth after that. Okay, so then we got you into your temps, and now of course, I love bringing patients on here whenever everything goes, you know, textbook, by the book, perfect.
Right.
You know, but that's not reality. Like there are little, you know, hiccups in the road, and I kind of wanted you to talk about that. So now one of them is you had a lot of plugs coming out of your temps, right? So we fill those temp holes, and you were having those come out. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah. Now that's an easier fix, and what it is where we have a little set screw go down. We always fill that with filling material. Sometimes it pops out. When it does, patient just has to come back in and refill
and that's
it.
what I did. Yeah.
Yep, and that's what you did.
No big deal.
Yep. How about the bruising and pain from surgery?
Okay. Now, I probably could have brought a picture that would have scared away every customer you would ever get. My face was, let me go back a bit and say you fill out a questionnaire just like you go when you go to any doctor's office, you know, are you allergic to this? Have you had this? And one of the questions was, do you bruise easily? I can look at a corner of a coffee table and I'm bruised. So the next day when I woke up after surgery, honestly, it looked like I had been through 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. And that I had just standed there and had not protected myself. My husband has a picture. I don't allow him to show it to anybody. And I told him, I said, I'm not going to bring it to this, you know, interview. Yep. And my face was very, very bruised, and a minimal swelling. And I just kept putting some ice packs on it. Yeah. And it's, you know, went away after about a week, maybe 10 days.
Yeah, the bruising is a week to 2 weeks before it's fully gone.
Right. But I wasn't quite expecting that much bruising, but I looked pretty bad.
You have, you got the record. You got the record for worst bruising. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, maybe because you bruise really easy.
I do. I bruise easy.
But yeah, the last two patients I had on here, they were like, you know, I didn't really have any bruising at all. I didn't have no swelling, nothing like that. But I tell patients that, hey, you know, especially if you're on blood thinners, or, you know, if you're getting older and bruise easy, you can get significant bruising. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Did you just call me old?
No. I said when you get up there in age. I didn't say old. No, so I always tell patients that. But yeah, you got the record for worst bruising.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was. How was the pain with that, though?
I didn't really have pain. It was just some swelling and bruising.
Yeah. Which, the pain the pain goes away. The pain's pretty minimal, after. It's really that pesky bruising almost. Like once you get it, it kind of just it looks bad. And
One
it takes
thing though,
7
also
to 10
was
days.
my jaw was pretty sore,
Swollen.
tender for being open.
Yeah. From
Quite a
holding
bit
open
on the
all
day
day.
of surgery.
Yep. So you had it pretty significant bruising, like I said. But then we got you into your temps. Do you remember how many temps you went through before we approved it and went to final?
Dr. Sam gave me the first set, and then he wasn't happy with the bottom, so he remade the bottom for me.
Yep.
And then had that put in, and they were good ever since up to my final.
Good. So now we've got you in your finals. You got them a week ago. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm so happy that I did it. It's an investment, and like I said, it took a couple of weeks for me to finally give myself the go-ahead, with a lot of talk with my husband. But it was a good investment for me.
Good.
So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, I like hearing that. If you had to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, how well are you chewing right now?
Oh, I'm chewing good.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good. I went back and looked at your intake form, and you reported a 2 out of 10.
Right.
And so it sounds like we've checked that box.
That's because I got to the point where I wasn't even wearing my bottom
Your lower partial.
My lower partial, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I wasn't even wearing it, so my chewing was almost non-existent.
And do you go out to eat now?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I
'Cause
do.
I looked at your form. It said not going out to eat, chewing out of 2 out of
Right.
10. So it sounds like we've checked those
I'm
off for
very
you.
happy. I'm
Yeah.
very happy with it, and
Awesome.
I'm glad I chose Dr. Sam and the whole staff. It was just a great experience for me. I can't guarantee that for everybody, but for me, I'm very happy.
Good. Glad to hear it. Do you have any advice for other patients maybe thinking about, going through with this treatment?
Well, it's definitely your own personal choice. It's not like a crock pot meal where you can fix it and forget it. You're still going to have to take care of your implants, your brush, floss. They were nice enough to give me a water pick to use, and you're still going to have to take care of your teeth after you get the implants. Also, my advice is take care of your natural teeth.
That's right.
So you won't be in this position. But I'd say if you're looking for implants, I know Dr. Sam says get a second opinion. I remember Dr. Sam saying too, to me, he said, would you rather get implants from someone who does them 2 or 3 times a month, or would you rather get them from somebody who is dedicating their practice to making their patients happy and comfortable with their new implants? And I also saw that Dr. Sam did a pro bono case for a young lady with the help of others. And I think that's very important. And it just kind of swayed me to come into Huntline.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Happy ending.
Great. So can you look at the camera and give us a good smile? All right, Sharon. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast today. I appreciate our conversation.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it too.
Yeah, and we'll see you at your 90-day follow-up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can do this again in 2 years and we'll see how I'm getting along.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you guys.